Hi guys, and welcome to another Divi Theme video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, we got a neat little effect for you today. We've got our image over here, the image of the lady. When I hover over it, it's going to drop down a little contact form. You can click on it, fill it out, send it off. Take your mouse off, it's going to disappear back up to the top. That's a nice little effect to have on your site. If people are mousing around, it's going to get their attention pretty quickly. Really easy to do. We've got to write one tiny little bit of code for this today, but don't let that put you off. Any code I write, I'll put down below the video. It's really easy. So let's get started. I'm going to enable the Visual Builder so we can build on the front end. Okay, I'm going to go down. I'm going to create a new row. Little green button for a row. I'm going to put 2 columns in mine. I'm going to leave that blank just for a minute. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this module here down just for a bit of space filler. And we'll delete this row at the top and start from scratch. Okay, well the first thing I'm going to do is create my contact form that I want to drop down initially. So I'm going to hit the plus to add a new module. Divi comes as standard with all these light grey modules here, plenty enough to build any site. Darker blue ones there from a different plugin. Divi Supreme Modules Lite, which is absolutely free. If you want to check that out, it's down below the video. Okay, here's our contact form. I'm just going to pop one of those in. I'm not going to spend too much time on it. I'll go through it fairly quickly. Obviously, you can add new fields here. You can give it a title if you want to. Success message, once they hit the submit, this is what will pop up. Let them know that it's been sent okay. And you can have the submit button say whatever you want. Just put it in there. The generic's going to work for me today. Next field down, the email address, the important one. This is where you want this actual message to be sent to. So that's you at your email, or me at my email.com. You can redirect it if you want to. I'm just going to have it stay on the page and just pop up with that message sent message. I'm going to take my little bit of spam protection off there. I don't want to use that particularly on mine today. You can actually integrate Google spam and third-party spams. You would have to put in an API key if you're using a protection service. Okay, I don't want this to link to anything because it's a message. I just want them to send it off. I am going to put a little background color in so we can see what's going on here. As with all Divi backgrounds, you've got color, gradient, image, video, background pattern or background mask. I'm going to put a simple color in. Let's just make it blue. There it is, fantastic. Okay, well let's just style it slightly. I don't want to go too much to town on this. Obviously, you can do what you wish. I'm going to make my text in the middle here. And let's make that title text light in color. And if you've watched any of my other videos before, I'm sure you know Divi has got a crazy amount of fonts, and you can change fonts on any of these fields here. Just go down, roll over, and it'll show you an example of what you're rolling over there. And like I say, there is an absolutely crazy amount of fonts with Divi. I'm going to leave mine on the default today. I think I might capitalize that text, why not? Okay, well let's keep rolling down. I want to add a bit of spacing so it's not buffered up against the sides there. And also I think I'll make that button just white in colour by putting the custom styles on. And his button text colour. That way it's just going to stand out a bit more. And again, you can go to tan and you can create hover effects. This is common to all Divi modules, and I'll go over this in a little while when we're doing our drop down effect. Okay, I'm going to go down to spacing now, down below. There we go. And I'm just going to give it perhaps 25 pixels all around. That's 25. It'll put in the pics, hit the chain, it'll do the opposite side for you, and let's do the same for left and right. Great, well that's the kind of structure of my little form that I want to drop down. Now let's put a little image behind it and have it disappear. So to put the image behind, let's just save this. We'll go into our row. Green tab up here for a row. We're working on column 1 over here. We've got column 1 and column 2. Don't want to put a link in. But for the background, I'm going to add an image. Color gradient image. Simply click on the plus. And let's add the same ones we had before. That seemed to work quite well. Obviously you won't see it because it's actually behind our contact form at the moment. Great, well we got our little image in our column there. And this is where the tiny bit of code comes in. And it's really easy, and it's just one little line of code. So I'm going to go over to my advanced. I'm going to go down to custom CSS. In the main element, I'm simply going to write height. I'm going to give mine 400 pixels. As you can see, a bit of that image is popped out underneath because we made it a little bit longer than our module here, but we're going to make the module the same size. So there's a simple bit of code. Like I say, it will be down below the video. Anybody wants to copy and paste, but it really is that simple. Now, while we're in our advanced, I'm going to close up the custom CSS. Because we're going to shoot this contact form up here somewhere to get it out of the way and then have it drop down in, I don't want to see it when it's up here. So what we need to do is go down to visibility, still on our advanced tab here. Horizontal and vertical overflow, I'm going to change both of those to hidden. That way when we move our module we won't be able to see it outside of that column height. So once it leaves our 400 pixels column here, either top, bottom, left or right, it's going to disappear. You're not going to see it once it spills out of there. So we can move it where we want. Great. Well, we're all done with our little column there. Save that. We'll save the row settings. Let's go back into our module now and make the movement happen. Dark tab for the module. I'm going to go in there. Okay, what I want to do is I want to make this the same height as our column, which was 400. So in design I can go down to sizing. This one's actually got it in the module itself, and if we roll down a bit, here's height. I'm simply going to type 400 in there and it'll add the pics, and as you can see that's filled that out. We can't see that image anymore on the bottom. Great. So initially all we want to see is actually the image, so we want to push this up out of the way. So still in our design tab, I'm going to go up, I'm going to shut down sizing, we're going to go back into spacing. To push this up out of the way, I know this is 400 pixels, so I'm going to use some negative margin to push it out of the way. Now you can hit the little arrow here and just roll down, you've got a negative, or you can just type in the negative symbol and the amount that you want. I'm going to go 400, I don't think that'll be quite enough actually with the padding. Let's see, minus 400, that's actually fine. You can't see, it's popped it up the top. If I take that down to 300, you should see a little bit of it still in there. There you go, like that. So you see what's going on there. It's gone up above our image, which is what we want. So let's change that to 4 again. Now to bring it down, we need to have something to bring it down, to trigger it to bring it down. So if I put a load of padding on the bottom here, let's uncheck the chain because I just want to do the bottom. And I know that's 400, so I'm going to put a crazy amount, like 800 pixels on the bottom. So once it's 400 up here, we've got another 400 on the bottom that we can use as a trigger to bring it back down. So let's put 800 there. And as you can see, that's blued that out because we've got 800 padding on the bottom, so that we can use this as a handle to bring it back in. And this is where the hover effects come in handy. If I roll over the dark writing here, you'll see some little icons appear. We want to go to the thing that we want to affect, in our case the margin, because when we're not hovering over it, I just want to see the image there, which is great, but when we hover over it I've got to bring it back down to 0 again so we can see the contact form. So if we roll over and see the little icons there, if you've got a little arrow, and this is common to all Divi modules, click on it. You've got a desktop state when your mouse is on it, which is what we want there. When we hover over it, I want to take that top padding down to 0 so we can see our contact form again. There it is right there. And when they take their mouse off, it's going to disappear back at the top. But of course, I don't want to see a blue square. I want to see the picture of the lady there. So let's fix that. Still in our contact form settings, we're going to go to contact. We're going to go down to our background where we put in the blue color. And again, we're going to go up to the dark writing, going to go to the arrow. For the desktop state, when the mouse is not on it, I actually don't want to see this blue at all, so I'm going to take the opacity all the way down. You could delete it, but it's a good idea if you're fading between colours on a hover to have a colour to fade to another colour. So rather than deleting it, I'm going to click on it. I'm going to take the opacity or transparency, this little variegated slider here, all the way down, so it's totally transparent. Then when they click on it to hover over, I'm going to bring that all the way back up, or at least halfway back up, so you've got a bit of a background. If you want to see some of the image through there, just leave it a little bit down like that. I want to see the full blue colour, so I'm going to take it all the way back up. So when we're hovering over it, we're going to see that. When we're not, we're going to see that. Perfect. Now the time it takes to get from desktop to hover state by default is 300 milliseconds, which is pretty quick. I'm going to slow mine down a bit. If you want to slow yours down, go over to your Advanced tab. Down here we've got transitions. Click on that. Here's transition duration. There's the default 300. I'm going to say, it's about 3/4 of a second. Say 750 milliseconds, 3/4 of a second. Don't want any delay. Want it to happen as soon as they put their mouse on there. And the transition speed curve that I tend to use to these is ease in, ease out. They're all subtly different. Some will work better than others in certain situations, but ease in and ease out is my go-to for my hover effects. Great. Well, if we've done everything correctly now, we should be able to save. Save our page changes. Save draft or publish if you're ready. And let's exit the Visual Builder. There we have it. There's our little image. When I hover over, our little contact form is going to fade in and drop down just like that. And that's a nice little effect. Like I say, if people are mousing around your site, that's going to get their attention pretty quickly. And let's just check these on mobile and tablet. I'm using Google Chrome here with the great inspector tools. If I hit F12, it'll bring up the inspector. And there it is on an iPad Air. Of course, I'll have to tap on it to make this happen. You might decide to hide this on a tablet and mobile, and you could do a different version that says tap here on the image if you wanted to put something like that. But that works fine on an iPad. Let's have a little look on an iPhone. There it is on the iPhone. It's going to start out like that. We've got the picture of the lady, and then when they click on it, it's got our little form. They can fill it out, send it off. So there you go, guys. There's how to create a little image to drop down contact form. Really easy to do, nice little effect to have on your site. So once again, this has been Jamie with System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.